How do you engage a party that refuses to dialogue and to communicate with you?
And that's not uncommon, Jeff. It's really not uncommon. I think part of our responsibility, if we're looking for a change or for at least a conversation, is to be as clear as we can be. And this goes back to the third point of the question. That's how I planned this out, right?
Yep, you did.
What might they need from me? They may need some very clear message. I have a problem. We have a problem. And part of the tangle that we get into is we try to talk too much and listen too little. And sometimes if we make a simple, very clear statement about I have a problem, and stop talking, give them an opportunity. Well, so what's your problem, wife? I mean, not that, of course, not that I would do it. Because as abrasive as that may seem, that's an open door to say, thanks for asking. Here's my problem.
Okay.
Here's our problem. And then the fourth question is, how can we strengthen this relationship? In a lot of cases, in many cases, people have never learned about simple communication. And their daddy and their granddaddy and their mama and their grandmama and all of those people were just as brutal and just as savage and just as hurtful as anybody you would ever see. And for some people, that's normal.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want a stronger, healthier relationship, you need to be clearer and straight and direct about things, but also safe. Also, always, always, always safe for both sides.
When you say safe, what do you mean by that?
Safe emotionally, safe physically. I do a lot of work at the courthouses in southeastern Idaho, and we have armed bailiffs that escort people to and from the mediation session. I am going to be safe, and I'm going to make sure they're going to be safe. Now, that's that's a real dramatic version of safety, but what you're also trying to preserve and protect for them, remember, preserve, protect, defend, is how do I make sure they are safe and feel safe? That's rule number one, goal number one is. And the other thing that's important for them to say is, and to know, is that we can both speak our mind. We can both speak our mind. I may not like it. I may not agree with it. I may think that's the dumbest idea in the world. But, I mean, even back when you go back to the Revolutionary War, the Founding Fathers declared to each other, I may totally disagree with your position, your stance, and your option, but I'll defend to the death your right to say it. And that's just as important here. Maybe not to the death, but you get the idea.
Right.
All right. We talked about this a little bit earlier. There are two sides to every story. Ding, 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 ding. Answer to one of the questions. Each side wants to be heard and understood. That was one of our lead questions. What is it we both need in this conversation? Is it settlement? Is it victory? Is it achievement? Is it... No. First is that each is heard and understood. So you asked the question earlier, is this about win-win? No. Maybe not. But understand. That can get you move you in the right direction in a lot of ways.